Good morning and welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Wednesday, December 18th. I hope everybody has a great day. Heat map just opened up. It's mostly green. Tesla's a little down, which we were saying last night. Could have topped out, and Nvidia's nice and green. And we were saying that was going to be bouncing with the semiconductors. So let's go through and see what's going on this morning. We'll look at our Jolie's jumpers and hop right into everything else. So here we go. Let me jump into them bad boys and find our Jolie's jumpers real quick. Hold on, let me get to them. And here we go, everybody. Oh, where'd they go? I know I just reposted them. There they are, right here. Wednesday, Agrify. Let's check it out. Let's go through and see what's happening. Agrify, AGFY. This one is curling back up. We were talking about this, and it is going to get moving. So keep your eye on AGFY. It's going to be moving back up to that 50 and then 60. So that one's looking decent to curl back up right there. AMBA, let's see. Amberella, this one was moving yesterday. I know that. AMBA, well, it was moving the 16th, which was 2 days ago. Yesterday, it was 73.35 to 75.50. It came down to 73, and that one's hitting the line. That one might be pulling back, so that may come off the list. We'll have to see tomorrow. It'll either bounce back up or it'll be going back down. So that's Umbrella. That's AMBA. BLNK. Let's see what Blink Charging's doing. This one's getting set up. It's right there at 158. And again, this one is getting set up to run up to that 181 area, 180 area. So that's BLNK, Blink Charging, and that's getting set up to run. BSGM, let's see. BSGM, let's see what that's up to here. That one looks like it's just pulling back right there. Let's see. Yeah, that one was trying to run up the other day. It is just pulling back, so we'll have to look to see if that one wants to turn around. And CERO, we were talking about this last night, and this is cruising up there. CERO, and it was moving yesterday 5 cents to 12, and today it's 8 to 9, and it's sitting at 8, but it is looking good there. So you just definitely want to keep your eye on that CERO today and see what that can do. CHSN is at Chanson International, and this one is, let's see. This one was trying to run around 7 to 772. It's at 711 right now, so it's getting a Slurpee, but it is looking pretty decent to run up there. So keep an eye on that CHSN because that could get running. And DJT, our Trump Media. Let's see what Trump Media is up to. It's down 24 cents, but not looking bad. It is just kind of stair-stepping its way up slowly, and it could get popping there. So keep your eye on DJT because it's looking good. It's just running its way back up to the top, nice and slow right there. And Drug has been on drugs here, and it is at 39.75. And like I said, I wish this thing had options because this is a beauty. It's about to pop right here, guys. So Drug is about to run and be on drugs again. So I guess it's on speed because it's crazy the way that thing runs up. And DXYZ, maybe we're getting our dip here finally. And that's why I do not like to chase them in the top because they will pull back on you. We'll see if this one's crossing through coming down. And if it does, we may catch it in the 50s. So that will be DXYZ, and we'll see what's up with that. That's been an animal itself, but it is at the top. Looks like it is pulling back a little bit. EFSH, we were looking at this last night and saying that it was trying to get set up there. And what's it doing this morning? That is today 37 to 41. It's at 27. So it did run up there and then it came pulling back and it says 26. What did it close at yesterday? 36? Yeah. So it's at 29 right now. So that did run a little bit this morning and looks like I have no idea what's going on with this thing. This is 28. What was yesterday? That's weird. Anyway, we'll take a look at that EFSH, and we were looking at it last night. It looks like it wants to start running up there. So I'll look at that today. Just has a weird look this morning. FTFT. Let's look at Future FinTech Group. We have looked at this before. It is curling up right there. FTFT. And it did run yesterday, 28 to 35. Today it's at 31. It does look like it wants to run up there a little bit. So keep an eye on FTFT. Good old hot HUT. This one's pulled back a little bit and it's trying to cross up. We'll have to take a look again. We'll be looking at our crypto in a little bit. It today it's 28.53 up to 29.30. It's at 29.20, so it's still up a little bit. And we'll have to see if it wants to get curled up there and cross through. So that's HUT. MSPR. Let's see what MSPR is up to here. MSP recovery. MSPR. And that shot up yesterday, 170 to 435. There you go. We were looking at it. It's in that channel today. It's 209 to 222. It's at 196, and it is going to run around, but it did pop up there yesterday, MSPR. And NUKK, we were looking at this way before, and then yesterday it popped up, and we were saying it should run up some more today, and it did today. Well, yesterday it went nutty from 145 to 19. Today it opened at 17.13 and went to 24.35 already. It's at 17.15. So there you go. NUKK up at the top. Just be careful now, but that was a heck of a run right there. And let's see, PRZO. We were looking at this one last night. That's at Para Zero, the Israeli aerospace and defense. We actually went through all the aerospace and defense last night. PRZO, and this one looks like it did run this morning, 283 to 337. It's down to 228. So another one that popped right up there. We were looking at. And again, you got to be trading these things at 4 a.m. if you want to get these things and lock in maximize profit. So there you go. What else? QUBT, these quantum ones. Let's see. It is up another dollar today, and these things have been hot. The quantums and the computer hardware. It says it ran from 20 to 21, but came down. It's at 18.57. I think these things are probably getting topped out up here. So be careful with these bad boys right now. And again, I think the semiconductors are going to get rolling. So keep an eye on them. And let's look at Rivian, RIVN. That's down a little bit, and I think that might hit that top two over at 15. But again, we hit that thing. It could curl right back up as it pulls back. It actually looks like it's going to. That's pretty bullish down there. So let it just pull back a little bit. Might be some healthy pullback and run right back up. So that is Rivian, but it did run up over 15, and that's RIVN. RMSG, let's look at that real messenger one and see what it's doing. It is crossed through. It's a weird one. I'm telling you, I look at it and I'm just like, when is this thing going to do something? I have no idea. It's the strangest one. 160 to 170 down to 154, and it closed at 160 yesterday. So it opened and closed at the same price, and it is a strange one. Big old curl up, but not really doing much. So I'll keep an eye on it and see. But yeah, it's just a strange one right there. RR is at Rich Tech Robotics. That one is running up. We were just looking at it the other day, and it was looking good this morning. It ran up 144 to 159. We were looking at it down here just the other day when it was like 85, 90 cents, and it did run up to 159. So there you go with RR, Rich Tech Robotics, and let's see. SATL, Satellogic. This thing it's been way at the top for so long that I think it might have to pull back a little bit. But it could roll right off that MACD right here. What's it doing today? 398 to 402. It's at $4. So we'll see if it's going to roll off that MACD when it comes back down. If it is, obviously, we know it's going to run right back up, but it is pulling back after it ran up a bunch. SATL, and that's Sezzle, SEZL. This one's going to start curling up, and this one we want to keep an eye on, SEZL, because that one should be a big old curl up again, and just give it another couple days to get set up, and it'll get ready. So I'll keep an eye on that. And SOS, let's look at SOS down here. It is down at that bottom line down there, and it is at 780 to 797. That was yesterday, and it closed at 753. So that is SOS, and it is way down here though. So I think that's going to try to get popping soon and bounce up. So we'll keep an eye on that. And STRL, let's see what that Sterling Infrastructure is doing. It was pulling back. We kind of knew that. Let's see. It's under that support. That could be its bottom to try to go back up because it is a bullish, in a bullish trend that just needed to pull back there. And that is STRL. So you can keep an eye on that. And SYM, let's see. SYM Symbiotic. This one's touching that bottom right there. So we'll have to, SYM, we'll have to look at that one and see when it wants to bounce off, but it's going to get ready. So we have to watch for that to curl back up. And TNXP was a monster yesterday. It's up 6 cents, but not really because, I mean, it ran yesterday up to $1.94. Today, 46 to 57, and it's at 40 right now. So it's down there. And again, these things run fast, these penny stocks. So you got to be careful with them. VR, AR. This one's running up. It's up 25 cents. We were just looking at this. I know Laptop Travel like this guy, the Glimpse Group, and it did run up this morning some more, 189 to 239, and it's at 184 right now. So that's VR, AR, and VSTE. Let's see. This one's run up this morning. I know we were looking at this recently as well, and this is Vast Renewables, 180 to 418, and it's at 289 right now. So there you go, VAST. And I know Laptop Travel was trading that this morning because he tweeted it out. And there you go. Let's take a look at our big caps and everything real fast. See what's going on. It looks pretty green except for Tesla. So the SPY is up $1.65 and bouncing up off of there. It's still kind of just making room on the chart, but it is bouncing around and not coming under that support. I kind of thought it would. That's what my best guess was last night, that it was going to bounce back up. And we'll see if it sticks and holds today. The Fed is speaking with a rate cut or whatever, so obviously it'll depend a lot on that. Apple is down 24 cents. It's at 253. It's not looking bad though. AAPL, it's in the top, so just be careful because it could be making its way back down, but we ran that way up. So that is Apple, AAPL, and Amazon, AMZN. Let's see what that's up to this morning. AMZN, that's at 233 and up $2. And again, I think this one just kept bouncing, going up, bouncing back off the line. It's just doing that as it's going up. So this one, you can almost see that pattern pretty easy. And Google, let's see, it's up a little bit, $1.11. And let's see this one try to run up into the top again. It just right up into the top and flat. Let's see it curl up there and really blast off. That would be nice. And that is Google, GOOG, and good old Meta, META. That's back up $2.47 to 621.91 right now. And this one's probably going to roll off the MACD. So it needed to pull back to make a little room, and it did it yesterday. So we might just see it run back up. And Microsoft just keeps running up. Like I said, I think it might try to get up into that top and actually run. So we'll have to pay attention to it and see if it does want to get into the top and just run. And Nvidia is up this morning, up $3. And again, yesterday was at bottom. We knew it, and boom, it's going to get running, guys. So keep an eye on Nvidia. And these other semiconductor ones like MU's not one. Yes, it is. It is a semiconductor. What am I talking about? That's up $1.63. They have earnings today. So, but it looks pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. And that's MU. And also we have TSM. Let's see what that's doing. That's up 340. Remember we were saying that looked good and it was the bottom. There you go. It's moving back up there. TSM. And also we have our SMCI, and that one's up 49 cents. That's a computer hardware one, but that's trying to get curled back up there. And AMD is another semiconductor one. That's up 92 cents. And remember, I said that one should be a good one to try to run back up. So there you go. Our semiconductors should start running up just like we were talking about. So that's what our SPY and Mag 7 look like. Like I said, Microsoft is up, NVIDIA, Google. Google says it's up, Meta's up, Amazon's up, Apple is down just a hair, and Tesla's down. So, oh, we didn't do Tesla. And let's look at Tesla at 470. It's down $9. It's still at the top. You know this thing could turn back around, but I kind of think it might have topped out right there. So we'll have to see how much it wants to actually pull back. But it is down $8 to 470. So let's look at MSTR real quick. That's up 391 and just kind of has that pullback look. But let's see if it can get back up over that 400, and it'll be pretty solid right there. So that's MicroStrategy, and let's go ahead and look at our crypto and then our laptop lowdowns and see what else is going on real quick. So let me look at crypto real quick and see what it's looking like this morning. It looks a little redder. It's Bitcoin's at 105 222. So it's at 105,222 right here. And let's see what's happening with it. It's just it almost looks like that yesterday could be its like top out point, but it is coming back down, and it's just flat right over the MACD. We're gonna have to see if it wants to keep itself up or if these things are gonna pull back. They are. This crypto gets hard to tell because again it runs up so much and then it pulls back and runs up. They get hard to tell where they want to actually pull back. You have to really watch them and pay attention. So Ethereum's at 3,888, and let's see what that's doing. It is pulled back, and that looks like it could be coming down. So, um, well, like I said, I'll be keeping my eye on these. Ripple's at 257. It was setting up the blast off yesterday, and Ripple still looks kind of good, guys. So keep your eye on Ripple, not looking bad. Solana's at 218. Let me see. That looks like it could be coming down as well. So keep an eye on that. Make sure you're paying attention because it could be dipping down. Doge is at under 39 right now. So that has pulled back some. And again, it looked like the 20 wanted to push it down. We'll see how far it does. I was hoping that they could jump back up there last night, but they are pulled back and they made a lot of room. So we'll have to pay attention to all of these. Shiba's down as well. Obviously, most of them are right now, and that same look where the 20 was pushing it down. But we'll have to see if it can get back up there, or if it's still going to make a base or pull back. They're hard to tell at the moment, and we'll just look at Bonk real quick, see what it's doing. And that one is down. That one was trying to run back up yesterday, and it is getting pushed down by that 20. So we'll have to see how far the 20 wants to push these guys down. And WIF, let's see what WIF is doing. It's at 255. It's down like 26 cents. This does take some big dips and runs up pretty well when it runs. But again, another one at 20 just pushing it down. I thought they wanted to kind of get jumped up there, and they do not at the moment. So they are pulling back some. And let's take a look and see at let's see what else is there. Floki, that was the other one. FLOKI. Let's see what it's doing, and that one's also down because that one was looking good and making a nice base up there. But again, we'll have to see, and they could just be pulling back here and then make a base that 20. It's a 20. I keep saying the 10 could keep coming down for it and grab them all because they all have that same look. So I'll be keeping an eye on crypto today just to see what it looks like, and we have to see if it wants to get bounced back up there. Let's go ahead and look at our laptop lowdowns real quick. Let me check them bad boys out. They should be right there. AGAE. Let's see. Allied Gaming Entertainment. You're right. That is way down there. AGAE. And that could be its bottom. So I'll look at this today and see if it is. BHIL, that Benson Hill, that one I said is going to try to get curled up here, and it's going to today. Yesterday it went 212 down to 195. It closed at 2, but it closed the day before at 206. So it did open up a little higher, and it is going to try to get curled through and run a little bit. So that's BHIL. And CETX, let's see what CETX is finally doing here because it's still in the basement pulling back. And I still can't believe this thing doesn't want to run yet, but it still doesn't want to run. And it's just hanging out in the basement. It reminds me of that ALLR and how that had run in the basement forever, and then all of a sudden it just popped out, and a lot of people were really happy, I remember. So this one reminds me of that because it just does not want to come out of the basement, and it should, but it's not. So CRKN, let's see. That one was trying to get set up. It's up a little bit right now, and let's see. That could be its bottom today, 17 to 18, back to 17. What did it do yesterday? It was down to 16. And like I said, that could be its bottom, that 16. So keep an eye on that CRKN. Try to get set up for now. Um, CTRM. Let's see what CTRM is doing here. CTRM. Coming down to that line right there. Let's see if it's going to make that bounce off. It should. It looks like it's going to try to. So keep an eye on CTM to roll off the MACD right there and jump up. It should get back up over that 30 cents. It's at 29 and a half, and then it can get moving again. So just keep an eye on that. If it rolls off, it'll get moving and get up to that 40. So that 40 cent area, and it'll be looking good. So that is CT. Oh, that hold on online. That's CTM I'm looking at. So that one's looking like I said, hitting the line. Let me look at CTRM. I didn't even realize I didn't pull up the right thing there. So this one's going to be Caster Maritime, and this one is way down there. So this looks more like a laptop lowdown than CTM. But keep an eye on CTM too, because that one could be curling up and getting rolling. And CTRM is down there, and that could be the bottom down there at 277. So we will keep an eye on it. Trying to move today. It's at 280. So again, keep an eye on CTRM and CTM as well, because like I said, that one was not looking bad. And EDRY. Let's look at that one real quick. EDRY down here making a base. Been in the basement for a while down here. Whoop, EDRY. And let's see. I think that was the bottom right there. What, $9 to 11.04? And is that where it's sitting? But yesterday it closed at 11:05, so it must have took a nice dip and then ran back up this morning. It looks kind of crazy to be honest with me, so be honest with you, but it does look like it's trying to curl out of there. Has a lot of room. It was all the way up at the 20s recently, so keep an eye on this EDRY because that could get moving. And MARX Marks Mars Acquisition is a shell company down here, way at the bottom. I noticed a couple of these shell companies are way down here. So, but it is way down. Maybe that bottom was 542. It's at 563 right now. Have to look at this one, but again, it's way down there. They were trading at like $11 not long ago, and now it's down in the five. So we'll have to see. And these shell companies are strange, so I'll keep an eye on it, see what's up with it. Um, NEHC, New Era Helium is a shell company too in the same situation, and it does look like that one bottomed out there. NEHC, so keep an eye on. It looks like it wants to jump up, and again, another one was way up there, trading in the over 11 in the 12s, and it's at 315. So keep an eye on it. Another shell company. And again, they're a little bit strange, but they took these big dips and then they run back up, so they are weird. OKUR. This one's way down there too. OKUR. So that probably was its bottom yesterday at 865. It was opened at 967 and came down and it's at 873. So that one's definitely going to get set up down there. OKUR will be okay real soon. So keep an eye on that to try to start curling back up. And let's look. QTTB, that's at Q32 Bio, and that one is way down there too. And look for this to get set up. It's not doing anything this morning, but yesterday 350 to 375, back down to 335, but it did close at 372, and it's looking pretty decent there. So keep an eye on that to try to curl back up. And RTC, let's see what RTC. Whoa, this is way down there. This guy, holy cow. This is way down there. Keep an eye on that. It looks like it just bottomed out yesterday at that $3. It's at 361, and this one could run up. It was just at 9 and took a huge dip. It's just been pulling back every day for like a week or so. So big pullback there. Keep an eye on RTC. And SCPX is Scorpius Holdings, and this one's down there, SCPX. And keep an eye on this because it looks like it's making that base and bottom down there and trying to curl back up. So that one should get moving relatively soon. And SOWG is at so good, and I'm telling you, this one will be so good. It just keeps pulling back. We just have to watch for that bottom SOWG, and it is 253 to 260 down to 245 at the moment. And we'll see when it wants to bottom out. But yeah, that one will be good. Been in the basement there for a while, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that one. And let's see. SPGC is at Sax Parente Golf, and we were talking about that it wanted to run up SPGC, and it does want to get moving. That Sax Parente Golf yesterday went 26 to 38. This morning it's 31 down to 29, but at 31. So it does look good. We were talking about it. It does want to move. So keep an eye on that one. And TOPS tops. We were just looking at this as well. And TOPS, this one is getting that bottom in too. So top ship, I remember we looked at it yesterday, and it is going to start moving up. And XXII is 22nd Century Group, and it's a tobacco company, but they do cannabis stuff, I believe. They just reverse split yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on this bad boy because you know we love them reverse splits and then pop back up. So keep an eye on that. And there's your laptop lowdown list. So thank you very much, Laptop Travel. And let's go ahead and look at our what's going on and what you guys want to see. Lunar and mRNA. So LUNR is lunar, and that one is curling back up. It's down just a little bit right there, a little bit flat as it's curling up, but it should try to get through that line, is what it looks like. It's up over to 20 and looks pretty solid. So I would say lunar's trying to get set up. Luis Rodriguez and mRNA. Let's see, Moderna. And then they just give added to the NASDAQ or something, I think I remember. And it's just pulling back, but I would assume it's going to roll off that MACD right there and get cruising. So just some pullback. See if it can pull back a little bit more. And it was looking a lot better, and it's just pulling back some. And like I said, I think it'll roll off that MACD and get cruising. So that is mRNA. And let's take a look and see what else you guys want to see. The Fed rate cut announcement is today, so you know that could make things start running. And I thought yesterday was just on them pullback days, getting ready to spring up, and we'll see. Let's look at Sint. Jonathan wants to look at Sint, SINT. It's called Sint X Technologies, and this one I remember trading this a long time ago. SINT, and it is curling up there, 309 to 320. It's at 319 at the moment. So yeah, I would say since trying to run yesterday, it went up to 429, and it just has to get back up over that 331 area, and it can get moving into that channel. So I would keep an eye on it, see if it can get back up over that 50, and then it'll be decent right there, Jonathan. Let's look at Dell and see what they're doing right here. That's up $1.33, and I'm telling you, Dell is just getting set up to get cruising, guys. So I know I bought a bunch of options on Dell, and it's up 118 to 121. It's at 120, and it's just the beginning of it, curling up and getting rocking and rolling. So keep an eye on Dell because it is going to roll. And I was saying, we picked that bottom out perfectly. I'll tell you that. It was 115.60 right there, and we're at 119.61, and we are trying to move up. So there you go. And I know I got some Dell, so I think that looks good. Ruby red design. And TNXP, let's see what it's up to this morning. We did look at it. It's up 11 cents. And again, is it going to run up as high as it did yesterday? I'm not so sure. Yesterday was a monster up to 194. It's at in 45 cents right now. For it to get all the way back up there would be a little crazy. So that's why you have to lock them in when they run like that, because chances are they don't run back up that high. Could it? It could, but my probability and risk is saying I'm not so sure it can get that high again today. So keep an eye on it and we'll see if it does. But it's trying to get back to the top. I'm just not so sure it's going to run up like it did yesterday. It ran like an animal yesterday, like 750% from where we were looking at it. And again, that's why you got to lock in these profits and just trade them smart. And even if you locked them in at 500 or 600, it was still a monster call, and it's impossible to hit them tops. I couldn't tell where it was going to stop at 196. I would have had no idea. So there you go, right there. Unless I was like literally looking at that minute chart and could see it, but it's again like you got to be so fast and so you just got to lock them in on the way up and take some profits as they move. And again, your options and your big caps are much easier. Yeah, did they pull back yesterday? Yeah, but are they back up with no problem? Of course, they do it all the time. So penny stocks just won't do it. That CRKN, we did take a look at that and it didn't look too bad. It's up a little bit today, and we'll see if that bottom is in yesterday. It kind of looks like it was. So we'll keep an eye on that CRKN, see if that was the bottom and if it can get curled up there. So there we go. And yeah, Webull, the latest update on Webull, they now see 24 hours markets and on their laptops. Before it was only on their mobile devices. So before it was just mobiles. Now on the laptop. So it's expanding, getting ready for the market to extend the hours. So coming soon. So pay attention. We were talking about this all last night. I didn't even record the show. I forgot to hit the record button. So I'm kind of mad because we talked a lot about the penny stocks and options. It would have been a great one. And so it stinks, but whatever. It's still on the on here. You can listen to it on the spaces, but there won't be a video from last night because I totally forgot to record it, the screen. And but anyway, we talked about all that last night and how the market's changed and now it's going to be open 24 hours. It's insane. I'm telling you, things are crazy. And so you have to be pivoting and always paying attention. TRUG, let's look at that True Golf. That's down a little bit. And again, it ran up like a maniac up there. And we were super early. We knew that was teeing off down here when it was down in the 40s and it ran up to what, 92. And another one, I just don't know where it's running up to. We just know they're running. And it's coming back down. It's hitting the MACD. It could curl off and roll off the MACD and get moving. It does look like it's trying to stay bullish up there. So watch for it to try to roll off the MACD. It's going to try to today. I'll keep an eye on it. And then if it does, it'll try to run back up there and get back up to that high. But again, I'm not so sure it'll blast right through, but it is looking pretty decent to try to run back up. Can't guarantee it, but it could. So that's Trugolf, TRUG. And let's see what else is going on here. Let me see anything else. Let me go through the scanners and look what's happening this morning. And like I said, mostly green. Tesla's down, Amazon's down a hair, and Microsoft's actually down just a hair, point like 0.04%. You're not talking 16 cents. It's nothing. But again, I don't know if it's trying to get into the top. I think it might try to pull back. It did run up there pretty fast on us, and so I do think it's going to try to pull back a little bit. Yeah, Dell's up $1.31 right now. That's about to get cruising, guys. MU's up $1.52. I don't like earnings for sure, but this one looks good. I don't know. It could gap up. That one did the other day that looked good. What the heck was it? We just added an AVGO. That one gapped up big time on the earnings, and it was looking really good. So MU could possibly do it, and especially being a semiconductor, and they're looking pretty hot right now. So SMCU's up a little bit, like we were saying. QCOM, let's look at that. That's up 83 cents. They have that lawsuit going with ARM, and ARM is up $1. So everyone seems to think they're going to be settling that suit. I said it yesterday that QCOM looked like it wanted to bounce back up, and if they settle that suit and everything's all good, they'll both start popping back up. And QCOM looks like it wants to. So keep an eye on that because it looks like it wants to get cruising real soon. It's setting up to be very bullish down the road as well. So keep an eye on that. And Intel, what's that doing right here? That's up 11 cents, and Intel's about to get cruising. I know Laptop Travel's been talking about it. So keep an eye on that. Let's look at that TWG. It might not be moving. It's not moving yet. So we'll keep a look at that and our E lab real quick. And that's not moving either according to this. But let me look here. And it's at $2. Actually, Elab's at $2. It ran up to 223. Let me look here. That is yesterday's day. Yeah, it's not moving. So Elab was not moving. And TWG was, that looks like it's going to be yesterday. Actually, that is today, 21 down to 18. It's at 20. So we'll have to keep an eye on that TWG and see if it can get cruising at all. And so I'll watch that one and see what it can do. It is crawled through. It's just been, it looks like it hit that bottom right there. So we'll have to look at that, see if it wants to get rolling. What's that? CBP. CPB was Campbell's. It's just sitting there flat, but this one's looking really good too. CPB is Campbell's soup. It's not moving yet, but keep an eye on that bad boy because that one's looking real good as well. So there you go with them. And that CERO we did look at, it's up 2 cents and it's looking solid. So keep an eye on that. And I think we got everything right there. Let me make sure. I'll go in the stock twits look real quick and see what's going on. ALGS, let's see. ALGS, let's look at that. Wow, that's way up there. That's been running up. I know we looked at that way back in a while back, and if you'd gotten into it, it's just continuously run up here. And it did pull back yesterday, but it's running up today again, 35.67 to 35.84. It's at 35.75 and still looks good to try to run up, but it's in the top, so be very careful. But it is up $1.28, and it does look like it wants to run up some more today. So there you go with that one. S and XTIA. Let's look at it real quick. XTIA is up a hair, and it's just trying to move its way up a little bit here. It's nothing. Yeah, it's just trying to cruise up a little bit. It's up over to 20. It's just stair stepping. It's at 5 cents. So see if it wants to get popping. It's not really curled up yet, but it could stay in this little channel for a minute and then get popping. So we're definitely looking at our XTIA. We've been watching that one. It is up over 5 cents now, or into the fives, it looks like. At least that's what it's saying on mine. Maybe it's a little under five, but it's trying to get up there and move, and it's not looking bad. So there you go, Exco stocks, and there we go with them bad boys. And let me just take a look and see if there's anything that catches my eye on the scanner here. LITM ran way up there. I'm not sure what that is. Snow Lake Resources. That one just ran up. CERO on there. VSTE, we talked about this. We were all over that before. TNXP is on there. That PLRZ is a new one. That one just ran up. That was really new. That Cognition Therapeutics ran up. CGTX, we were all over that. That's up over 50%. PRZO, another one we looked at last night and said that was going to get rolling. Is it rolling again today? Let me see. PRZO. Yup, it did run up more today, 283 to 337. So there you go. That one was cruising. And RGTI just keeps kind of running up. It's at 1093, but be careful. It's way up there. And so is that LAES. That ran up pretty big. That Resolve, that RZLV is up today, 63 cents. And that VRAR we were looking at, NQUBT, all these bad boys seem to be moving right here. So keep your eye on some of these guys right here that we were looking at. RIME's down a little bit, and XTIA we just looked at. All them quantum ones are trying to run up to the top, and NVIDIA's getting set up. So you know that the semiconductors are looking good. Tesla's down like $9. EFSH is trying to set up. We went over it. So yeah, we pretty much saw all this good stuff right here, RR. And so we know all them good ones. And let me just look over here real quick and see what else is happening. That LITM probably going to be probably mirrored it. Yeah, not a whole lot. EVC we'll have to keep a quick eye on. and that one's pulling back and can be getting set up there. So keep an eye on that. Entravision Communications (EVC) that could get set up there, and there you go. And like I said, the market is pretty green right here. Tesla's down, Microsoft's down a hair, and Apple's down a hair. Nvidia and Google, Meta and Amazon are all up. The rest of the market's pretty much up. We wait for the Fed this morning, and stock futures rise ahead of interest rate decision. The countdown to the Fed rate decision. Big tech dominates again. And the Dow futures bounce after a 9-day losing streak and waiting for the Fed. So it looks like that Fed's going to cut the rate again, and things are going to be good. So I'd have to assume that it's going to be green. Let me look at the stock twit, see what's going on over here real quick. And again, the NUKK, Nvidia, QUBT all up, Tesla and QBTS, and QS is down. Let's look at that QS, that Quantum Scape. It was moving yesterday and not looking bad. Keep an eye on it. It's just flat right now, but still looks good. Microsoft's down a little bit. That IONQ is down, but again, these things had run up so much, so just keep your eye on that. And Apple is down a hair. So there you go. And that's what I see on the stock twits. And like I said, mostly green today. So there we go with our pre-market, everybody. Have a great day and just trade smart, lock in those profits. And like I say, just look at the market, see what these stock charts are telling you. If you want to see anything, let me know. I'll be around and I'll be trading these things because they're looking good, and semiconductors are looking good, just like we thought. So there you go, everybody. Have a great day. Lock in those profits, trade smart. Goodbye, good luck, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day, everyone.